Hello, I came across a site yesterday and it was about transgender or XXY chromosomes. It means that a person has a genetic defect when they were born, or maybe when they've grown up, that the body has changed chemistry plans and growth hormone problems to do with either male or female genetics. Now, on my investigation into that field, I found that it's a very bitchy field. A lot of people are bitching against each other in the ways of, I've got more than you, or I am more male than female in my transgender hormonal state, or body defects. The body defects can be that a man, using that as an example, can grow more breast, what do you call it, augmentation or something, or the body parts defectively could be that they've grown a womb inside their body, but they have a penis on the outside. So it becomes a medical and science issue as to why that happened, and the person may feel more male, but their body is more female orientated. Um, as I said, there's a bitchy sessions that go on in that field. I don't claim to know everything, because I've never really wanted to get into that field of understanding. Um, it's not that a person, as I would understand, is A1 homo, A1 lesbian because of the defects that they were born with genetically. Now, I would really think that sometimes these corrections can be made medically, that if a person wants to live as a male, they can live as a male, or a person who wants to live as a female can live as a female. But the conflict is that I've found that some of the people have mental health issues. And I mean psychologically mental health issues. There are people who go to those sites and want to look at them and like to send hate messages or hate mail, or what they're doing is trying to understand this field of genetic defects within, I would say, if you've seen a transvestite, a male who dresses up as a female, and some of them do look like female, but during the day, sometimes they can live as a male at work, at night they go home, put their earrings on, do their makeup, and live as a female. Some people find conflicts within their mind that I've learnt over the years, um, from my understanding when I used to live in St Kilda, um, and they used to have prostitutes on the streets, which they called trannies, transgender, or males who dress up as females, and then you have females who dress up as males in male clothing. All that, they've got the masculine side, they grow beards, which is a hormonal defect within a female structure. Now, I can't really say why there is bitching in the fields, but by reading and understanding a little bit yesterday and today, I reckon that some of these people need to make decisions in their lives and not continue on with arguing and carrying on who's got the most male hormones or female hormones because of the genetic defects. And you look like a girl or you behave like a man. It's really not my field. But here's but. Now, if a person wants to decide what gender they want to live, good for you. Go and get some psychological counselling through medical means to be able to live the way you need to live or want to live. But if you're creating conflict and bitching and carrying on in your groups and YouTubes and everything else, I think that you're digging your own hole. It's not really anyone's business what sort of sex you have, or what orientation you do in your bedroom. I found this out through beingaman.com with Dr. Dennis Netter, that what a person does in their rooms, no one's business. And if you have got genetic defects and you want to educate people on these things, do it as an educational, not as a bitch session between this person's contacting me, this other person's not, la la la. I'm not going to be dragged into it, but I wanted to find out what it was all about. But from a male's perspective, I don't know what it is. I won't want to know what it is. I will not participate in understanding the bitchy sessions these people have about their teaching their genetic defects, which that could create problems if you watch this and think that I'm homophobic. Yes, I am in some ways, but it's not a homophobic area, genetic defects. But it's a choice that I made to not go in that field of that, and I got married to my wife, and there you go. But maybe some help between people who say they're stalking or they want to bring Jesus in, and Jesus said this and that, and biblical stuff. Well, yeah, that's great, but back in the Jesus days too, they had transvestites or people with genetic defects also. So they didn't have the medical help that they have today. But anyway, that's my point of view on transgender and hermaphrodites and all that defects. Get your act together, fellas or women, and stop your bitching sessions, around each other. Who's got what and who's doing this? Then you'll be recognised responsibly as an educator, not as a bitch.